Have you ever stopped to wonder how a movie or maybe a video game just completely takes over the world, becomes this massive global phenomenon? Well, I can tell you, it's not magic. It's a machine. A huge, perfectly oiled machine built by these media giants. So, let's dive in. We're going to pull back the curtain and look at the blueprint these titans use to control pretty much everything, from a tiny idea all the way to the screen in your hand.
So just picture this for a second. The old way of making media was, well, it was chaos. Seriously, imagine trying to get dozens of different companies to work together on every single step. It was messy, super expensive, and honestly a total logistical nightmare. But then these media monoliths, they came up with a new model, the vertical way. One company owns it all. It's clean, it's efficient, and it gives them a staggering amount of power.
So how do they actually pull this off? Well, first, we got to understand the basic journey every single piece of media takes. People call it the media supply chain. It's basically the path from inside a creator's mind directly to your eyes and ears.
And really, this whole journey, it just boils down to 3 key stages. First up, you've got production. That's the actual making of the thing. Then comes distribution. Think of this as the marketing, the hype machine that gets everyone talking. And finally, exhibition. That's getting it in front of you, whether it's in a movie theater or on your favorite streaming app.
And this right here brings us to the master strategy, the absolute heart of this whole explainer, vertical integration. It's pretty simple, really. It's when one single company decides, you know what, we're going to own and control that entire supply chain. They keep it all in-house.
So who's actually using this strategy? The giants. We call them conglomerates. This is the huge parent company, the monolith sitting right at the top, owning a whole galaxy of smaller companies. And for our explainer today, our main example is going to be Warner Bros. Discovery.
And all those smaller companies, they're called subsidiaries. Just think of them as the specialized arms and legs of the bigger conglomerate. Each one has a very specific job to do, but they're all controlled by that same parent company. And it's these subsidiaries that let the conglomerate pull off its vertical integration strategy.
Okay, theory is all well and good, but let's see how this thing actually works in the real world. Our case study for today is the perfect example, the Lego Movie. We're going to see how this strategy was built, literally, brick by brick.
So, for the Lego Movie, the conglomerate, Warner Bros. Discovery, didn't just fund the project. They owned it, lock, stock, and barrel. Using their own subsidiaries, they controlled every single phase of that movie's life. They didn't just pay for it, they birthed it. They shouted about it from the rooftops, and then they hosted it.
Let's break it down. Stage 1, production. So who made the movie? That would be the Warner Bros. Discovery subsidiary, Warner Bros. Pictures. They handled literally everything from the animation all the way to the final cut. The creation was all done in-house.
All right, next up, stage 2, distribution. How did they get everybody hyped and reach that perfect audience of kids and families? Easy. They owned the perfect channel for it, their subsidiary Cartoon Network. They just blasted out trailers and promotions, creating a direct pipeline to their target demographic.
And finally, stage 3, exhibition. So after its run in theaters, where did it land for home streaming? HBO Max, which you guessed it, is also owned by Warner Bros. Discovery. So from the camera lens all the way to your living room, they owned the entire path.
But, this strategy is way bigger than just movies. These media titans, they conquer other realms using the exact same playbook. So let's look at the expansion pack for this brand, the video game sector.
And this is just a perfect demonstration of the strategy's power, the Lego Movie video game. It was developed by a studio called TT Fusion, a studio owned by Warner Bros., and it was published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. Yep, both subsidiaries. The result? Total, absolute control over the interactive version of their movie.
Okay, so we've seen how it all works, but why do they do it? What are the massive advantages, the power-ups, that make vertical integration the #1 strategy for these media giants?
So, the first and, let's be honest, the most obvious power-up is all about the money. We're talking about maximizing profits. I mean, why would you share the treasure, right? When you own the studio and the ad network and the streaming platform, every single dollar of profit stays in-house. No outside partners get a slice of the pie. This way, they can squeeze every last drop of financial potential out of their brands.
The second major advantage is something that's just as valuable as money: complete, and I mean total, control.
Vertical integration means that the parent company keeps a tight grip on its creative assets, what they call their intellectual property. This makes sure that no outsiders can come in and mess with the characters or the story. The conglomerate's vision is protected from start to finish. It's their vision, their rules, period.
And the third power-up, this one's all about expanding the brand's footprint and creating a much richer world for the audience. It's about reach and experience. Think about it. By owning a film studio and a game developer, the company can target completely different crowds. They can reach gamers who might not go to the movies, and they can get movie fans who might not normally play games. It creates this much richer world for you, the audience, letting you play the game right after you've seen the film.
Okay, so we've looked at the mechanics, we've seen the case study, and we've checked out the power-ups. But what does all of this actually mean for you?
And here it is, the entire Warner Bros. Discovery playbook, all laid out. You've got the conglomerate right at the top, and you can see its subsidiaries are perfectly lined up to cover production, distribution, exhibition, and even gaming. Their special ability? Vertical integration. It is an incredibly powerful, all-encompassing system.
You know, this blueprint isn't unique to Warner Bros. Or the Lego Movie. It is everywhere. So the real question is, now that you know what you're looking for, can you start to spot these patterns in the media that you consume every single day?
So next time you finish a series or you boot up a new game, just do a little digging. Check the credits, look for the production companies, the publishers, the distributors. You'll start to see this web of connections, all these subsidiaries leading back to the same parent conglomerate. The monolith is watching, and now, so are you.